Welcome to a deep dive crafted just for you. Today we're plunging into, well, a really powerful phrase. It comes straight from the source, the official music video transcript of Flip the Switch by Chez. It's quite a fascinating look at personal transformation and also, provocation. Our mission here is to really unpack the layers in this metaphor and understand the story Chez is telling. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it, how the artist uses this one phrase to talk about such a complex internal thing, the struggle to change, the way the past kind of hangs around, and the real dangers, the consequences of, well, pushing things too far. It really gets you thinking about identity, resilience, all that.
Definitely. And that central phrase, the one that keeps coming up, is please don't make me flip the switch. It's repeated quite a bit. What's the impact of hearing it over and over like that? Does it set the tension immediately?
Oh, absolutely. It's more than just a simple warning, it feels like a statement of intense self-control. And it signals this really deep psychological choice he's making. By repeating, please don't make me flip the switch, he's basically saying, look, I can go back to that aggressive place, but I really, really don't want to. It sort of frames his current state, this calmer self, as something deliberate, something hard-won, implying that switch is like reverting to an old self he's actively trying to keep down.
That makes a lot of sense. And what really strikes me is how upfront he is about wanting to change. You hear lines like, I've been trying to change, or I've been living different. And he gives little glimpses too, right? Like, you see me up in church, or I know you see me on a mission. Ooh-wah. How real does that transformation feel based on these lyrics? What details stand out?
Well, he certainly works hard to make it sound convincing. It's not just saying it. He gives you these kind of tangible bits of evidence for this new path. And he really emphasizes avoiding conflict, the very thing he might have leaned into before. Like, he says, all I really want to do is get petty and send them a message, but like the green message on the iPhone, and I promise I ain't never ready.
Right, that green message bit.
Yeah, it's subtle, isn't it? But it implies he won't even engage with, basic SMS texts, the green bubbles. It's like a metaphor for sidestepping even minor drama. It suggests a real shift in where he's putting his energy. And then he says flat out, I ain't got time to pay on our mind to busy chasing after the blessings. That sounds like a very conscious withdrawal, focusing on growth instead of fights.
Okay, so he's putting in the work, making it clear he wants this different life. But those shadows from the past, they're still there, aren't they? Almost like another character. He admits things like, I was used to hitting licks.
Which is slang, right? For like petty crime or hustles.
Exactly. And he says, I grew up in the slums and people I know, I was pushing the limits. How does acknowledging that past, that duality, play into the song's main tension?
Oh, it's crucial. Because he's not pretending it didn't happen. He's showing how it shapes who he is now. That line, we could be gangster or we could be gentlemen. Either way, we could be G's. That's really telling. It's not him saying, I'm not that person anymore. It's more like redefining the terms. It suggests transformation isn't always about totally erasing the old self, but maybe choosing which parts of you to activate. So that past identity, it's suppressed, yeah, but it's still there, it's accessible. And that's what makes the flip the switch threat feel so real. It's not an act, it's a potential return to someone he genuinely used to be.
So if he's so committed, what is it then? What could actually push him to flip that switch? It sounds like specific things are happening, people pushing his buttons.
Absolutely. The lyrics actually map it out pretty clearly. It starts kind of subtle, I know you say my name in vain to get some benefits. That's like passive stuff. But then it ramps up. I don't get why you've been hating. And then the direct, you coming for the boy.
So it gets personal.
Exactly. It feels like a direct attack on the piece he's trying to build, on this new identity. He feels tested. All of a sudden they test it. And he sees them as wanting the drama, right? Which forces him to think about responding, I'll give you the business. But what's interesting is, even with all that, he insists, what I'm saying is consistent. I ain't never hit or miss. It's like he's saying, these aren't idle threats. I mean what I say, but notice I'm still holding back. It shows restraint, not weakness.
And if that restraint breaks, if the switch does flip, wow, the consequences he describes are intense. The imagery is really stark. How to leave you burn like cigarettes. That's brutal. And that line, the direction you going is scary, and no coming back from the place that you sitting. Chillin'.
Yet the language is incredibly visceral. And I think that's deliberate. It hammers home just how serious the threat is.
Yeah.
These aren't vague or else warnings. They feel specific, almost like tapping into a real network, real capabilities from that past life.
Yeah.
When he says, OG 100 might pay you a visit.
OG, original gangster.
Right. It suggests calling on this respected, maybe feared figure from his old world, and then the threats get maybe a bit more general, but still menacing.
Yeah.
They get messy when they get the popping up, or
Uh,
you'll see them pull up with their toys, meaning weapons, obviously,
right.
and we seeking them want to destroy. It paints this picture of a past life that's not just an identity, but like an active system he could potentially reactivate,
Uh-huh.
which really highlights how much effort it takes not you flip that switch.
And it gets even more personal, suggesting he knows things, vulnerabilities. He
Yeah.
says, if I told you everything I know about you, we would probably leave you weak in the knees.
Mm. Yeah.
That goes way beyond just physical threats, doesn't it?
It really does. It shifts into psychological territory.
Yeah.
Like, I could ruin you with words.
Hmm.
It implies he has this stored knowledge, this ammo that could just dismantle someone. And that ties back into the network idea, too, with the line about if you wanted to smoke, you get hit at the homie Lorenzo and pick up the trees.
Smoke meaning trouble, and trees usually means cannabis.
Exactly. But here it's twisted. It's like saying, if you want trouble, my network handles that, too.
Mm-hmm.
It reinforces that the past isn't just a memory bank. It's this living, operational thing he can still access.
So wrapping this up then, what's the big takeaway here? This deep dive into Flip the Switch, it feels like more than just a song about trying to change. It's this really profound commentary on, well, the battles we all face internally and externally when we try to evolve. It shows how sometimes growth means strategically managing parts of our past, not totally erasing them. And even when you're aiming for peace, that old conflict potential can still be there, like a tool you consciously choose not to use.
That's a great way to put it. And connecting it outwards, maybe to you listening, it raises a really important question, doesn't it? How do we, as individuals, how do we navigate that tension between the person we're trying to become and those parts of our past self that are still in there somewhere?
Especially when life or other people seem determined to pull us back to those old ways.
Something definitely worth thinking about. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep deep diving into the insights that matter most to you.